This week, Mr. Arne Duncan, our U.S. Secretary of Education, was asked what he plans to do because of all of the opt-outs that are happening across the country.
In an act of mass civil disobedience, tens of thousands of parents in New York State had their children boycott the annual English language arts exam this week.
Another day of the park protests, and students are again leaving the state tests blank and marching outside.
Mr. Duncan responded in saying, the federal government may have to step in. Well, my question is, Mr. Duncan, what exactly does that mean? Are you going to arrest third graders? Are you going to give them little wedgies and hang them from the monkey bars on the playground? Are you going to arrest parents? I'm not sure if you've read a history book in the last 20 or 30 years, but people tend to push back when the federal government makes them do things they don't want to do. You don't strike me as much of a reader, Mr. Duncan, so let me go ahead and roll this footage for you. This is what happens when people in the United States get angry at the federal government.
Stop looking at me! Free at last, and God Almighty, we are free at last.
I have an idea, Mr. Duncan. How about you sit down with educators and parents like me who have serious problems with your education policy so you can learn what our concerns are before you start throwing the phrase around, the federal government may have to step in. In fact, every time you open your mouth, our numbers and our opt-out movements grow exponentially. So why don't you figure that whole thing out, and when you're ready, call me and we'll have a great conversation.